Pakistan has reportedly blocked access to Al Jazeera. And this is after the Qatar-based news broadcaster aired a series of reports on the Pakistan government's crackdown on the protests in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, POJK. The government has not officially announced a ban on Al Jazeera. However, several users across Pakistan have claimed on social media that they are unable to access the English website of Al Jazeera. Now, Pakistan's Information and Broadcasting Ministry has criticized Al Jazeera's coverage, accused the network of selective reporting and of misrepresenting the elections and voting process in Pakistan. The post reads, and I quote here, we have taken note of Al Jazeera's selective reporting from hand-picked polling stations in Muzaffarabad. Through carefully chosen timings and scripted statements from selected individuals, the channel has sought to misrepresent the elections and the voting process. Such yellow journalism only confirms the agenda of external actors with vested interests who are attempting to delegitimize the electoral exercise. Quote unquote, this is the INB ministry in Pakistan saying this. Now, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir is casting votes under the shadow of protests, crackdowns and violence. According to reports, more than 80 people have lost their lives already since the beginning of the protests by the Joint Awami Action Committee, JAAC. And the role of Pakistani forces and the brutal crackdown have drawn criticism from global platforms. Earlier, Al Jazeera had reported on the second phase of polling in Muzaffarabad that has been marred by protests and heightened tensions. The Al Jazeera publication had reported that Muzaffarabad logged such a low turnout that it seemed the city decided not to vote. The news outlet also alleged that the internet shutdown for more than 50 days have made reporting difficult. Al Jazeera further reported that markets, banks, public transport and petrol stations had been closed across Muzaffarabad since Friday of last week. Mind you, Al Jazeera is backed by the Qatari government, and Qatar had bailed out Pakistan recently, jointly providing $5 billion with Saudi Arabia for Pakistan's debt woes. Now, coming back to the current report, earlier it had been reported that the Shehbaz Sharif government ordered digital censorship measures across the country, following widespread media reports and critical coverage of the ongoing unrest in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The government reportedly restricted access of various news websites in the country. Earlier, Amnesty International also alleged the Pakistani forces of using lethal weapons. Earlier, Amnesty International also alleged the Pakistani forces of using lethal weapons against the protesters during the first phase of elections, calling for a fair and independent probe. Global human rights organizations accused the Pakistani forces of large-scale brutality in Rawalakot. It had also urged the authorities to restore all communications access.